And just before game time today, Baylor unveiled a bronze statue of RG3. The statue is located at the stadium's South Plaza facing the Brazos River. Now, as we told you on Friday, money for the statue was donated by Baylor alum Dr. John Wood and his wife, Pat. The bronze statue stands 9.5 feet tall. Robert Griffin III himself was on hand this afternoon for the unveiling.
You don't ever dream of having a statue honored in your name, and like I said, that's a blessing. It comes from God, and I don't look at it as anyone putting me on a pedestal. I look at it as I know where my blessings come from, and they're using me in a way to help other people, not just to say he was a great football player. I hope they say he's a great man as well.
And an interesting note, the statue is officially classified as a monumental bronze sculpture because of its size. RG3's statue will grace McLane Stadium for years to come. It was sculpted by a man named Tom White. Gordon Collier and photojournalist Kyle Mascarello traveled to Wyoming to meet up with Tom, who told them that he didn't even know he wanted to be an artist until he was 30 years old.
I tell you, if an artist can make a living, period, full time, you'll almost do just about anything.
When Tom White isn't in the studio, you're likely to find him in the great outdoors, recharging his batteries and gleaning inspiration from the simple beauty that Mother Nature has to offer.
When I want to get away, do a little fishing, get out and chase some elk, hunt some deer, whatever it is, I just like to get out, and that's what gives me that, relaxation.
We caught up with Tom in a trout stream in Wyoming, knee-deep in relaxation.
I couldn't live without it.
He actually lives in Arizona, but the foundry that he trusts with his larger pieces is here, in Lander, surrounded by beautiful mountain vistas and cold-flowing rivers, and wildlife that makes Wyoming, Wyoming.
If you get it down right.
It's here that Tom unveiled his first really large statue, the centerpiece of a Vietnam memorial.
Son would be.
He was commissioned to create a soldier with the infamous 1,000-yard stare that soldiers only acquire through the rigors of combat.
I've studied him over and over.
When he finished this statue, he knew that his life's work would be larger than life creations.
Working in the studio, it's fun building maquettes that are 24 inches tall, but I know they're going to be enlarged, so it really gets me excited about creating something that's just big. I've always been drawn to doing big projects.
Tom is very good at what he does, known far and wide for his attention to detail and his ability to create in clay not just a moment in time, but a feeling that through a laborious process is turned into a statement. Cold, hard metal that appears to live and breathe.
It's just more like writing a song. You're trying to express yourself and what you feel about the sculpture, and then you can pass that from you through the sculpture to them. And if you can see their reaction, it's pretty rewarding. It's pretty pleasing.
When Tom was commissioned to do the RG3 piece, he admits that he only had a vague recognition of who Robert Griffin III actually is.
RG3!
When they said RG3, I had to look him up and read about him, and I thought, all right, I was pretty excited.
The final product will remain a tightly guarded secret until its unveiling.
I was craving to do something even more.
Sort of like Tom's talent, a talent that was hidden from him until the seeds of faith were planted in his heart at the age of 30, a life and career-changing event.
During the time when I become saved, and it's like there was a gift inside of me. I felt like that, God was trying to show me. And before you know it, I was just latching onto everything that I could that had to do with art.
Just like the man he's dedicated his life to, Tom was once a carpenter and is now following a higher calling.
I saw something a little more in depth with what was going on with the art. It wasn't just art. There was something spiritual about it. How you doing, amigo?
Tom loves sharing his artwork, but he always looks for any opportunity to share his faith. And when you see a piece that he's done, you're looking at more than cold, hard metal. You're looking at a life lived, the product of what he considers a gift from above.
I love it. I wouldn't do anything else. This is it.